And everybody, come on in real quick. I know it's Saturday. Y'all out shopping with their little $2,000 stimulus. Now come on in. Got your little stimulus checks. What's happening, Super Alpha? Super Alpha Omega. Yeah, come on in, folks. Jerone Jr., that's my son on there. Jerone. Yeah, y'all come on in. Jerone Jr. is over there, Fairfield, California. That's my son. He looks good. He's a handsome dude. Come on in, everybody. Let's chop it up real quick. I'm just do this for y'all real quick. I got to head somewhere in a few minutes. Let me know where y'all from. Where y'all checking in from? To Nedra, I'm going to see y'all in a minute. Where y'all checking in from? What's up? Jose Ramos. God bless you, buddy. Keith Jordan. The two vaccine fixer. Oh, yeah, Pennsylvania's in the house. Eddie Taylor, what's up, man? First time in a while. I know you've been gone for a minute, buddy. Eddie Taylor was a great cornerback for the 49ers. Monty Baker out of Texas. We got San Diego in the place tonight. Parkland, North Carolina. Atlanta. Desmond, my boy. It's cold in Indianapolis, no doubt. We're just getting a little rain now. It's starting to drizzle here. It's starting to drizzle just a little bit here in Arizona. Stanford, Florida. Man, Florida, I'm thinking about making that move, y'all. No alerts. I know, Eddie. I know they're starting to kind of squeeze me. I've noticed a lot of my new subscriptions. I've just lost about 60 subscribers. I don't think it's about Trump losing. I think it's about they starting to kind of hammer down again. Monterey, California, love it out there. Love it. Brevard County, Florida. Great day, everyone. Great day. We got the popcorn. Desmond. I'm not going to chop it up long with y'all, really, honestly. Jesus. Yeah, Florida. Beautiful out there. My barber just told me he was in Miami. That's why y'all saw me. My cut wasn't right. My barber went to Miami for a long time. I said, you know what? I need to start paying you less for your cuts. If you can afford a trip to Miami, you know, I'm taking all my money and spending it up on no vacation. God bless you. Friend of a friend. Empowered Life. Good seeing you. Stuart Harrison out of Florida. West Coast. Everything is talking about everybody started moving here to Arizona. Now everybody's talking about moving to Florida or Texas. Florida or Texas. Well, President Donald Trump, Gabriel Ross, my buddy's here. Jay Ontario. Haven't seen you in a minute, buddy. Thank you, Taylor. So, yeah. So President Donald Trump spoke for the first time recently. Let's see, we got Garrison, Florida, Gainesville. Gainesville, that's where the Canes are from, am I right? I never got the chance to play in that stadium. I regret that. You in Baltimore? What's that? Infinity Butterflies? Yeah, okay. Baltimore. Be more. Tennessee too? Yeah, people are moving to Tennessee. No one will ever love you like Jesus. Trust that. The Gators, that's right, the Florida Gators. The Gators. What's happening, Steve? Anthony Jolie. So yeah, check it out. Donald Trump is speaking for the first time. And he's hinting. You know how Donald Trump, you know how Trump does it, President Trump. He hints at doing something. So he's hinting at starting a new party. And I think it's going to be called the Patriot Party. It's going to be a new party called the Patriot Party. And I think it's great. I think that's the perfect name. This movement is too big to let go. I think this is one of the biggest movements we've seen in a, I don't know. I can't think of a movement that's much larger than this. I'm talking about the Trump movement. You're talking about, people are saying 75, 80 million. I think it's more like over 100 million. If we would have had a righteous election, we would have seen over 100 million people voting for President Donald Trump. Just think about it. All the millions they cheated out of Pennsylvania, the millions they cheated in California, the millions they cheated here in Arizona. Lots and lots. So this Trump movement is something that we can't let die, because really, we was thinking that the fate of the world was on President Donald Trump getting back in office. But I think the fate of the world really lies in the hands of the patriots here in America. And then, I mean, you can't count the people around the world that love President Donald Trump. You got Africans out there. You got Jamaicans out there. You have Japanese out there with signs, Trump, 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 everywhere. Europeans, they love Trump. They love him. And he's a lovable guy. He's a likable man. He's a great dude. And we're seeing now, through the disastrous days of hell with Joe Biden, 7 deadly, awesome, horrible things this man has done already in his first couple of days in office. First couple of days. But you and I, we got to stand close. We got to stay close. We got to keep our ears, stay tuned. Stay tuned to Pastor Jerone TV. Stay tuned, because I got my ears to the ground and I got one ear to heaven. I got my right ear to heaven so I can hear from God first, and my right ear to the ground. I need to hear what's happening in the earth. But I have stupid, spiritual, ignorant folks that come on my channel and try to tell me to be spiritual 24/7. You on here supporting the government? You know how these people do. You on here supporting the government? You're supporting in politics and stuff. You're supposed to be a man of God. I said that device that you're making the comment on has been approved by the government. That sandwich you bought it with government issued money. It's got government stuff on it. The roof that you're living under is approved by politics. But you try to be so deep, and you on a cell phone. If you wanted to be spiritual 24/7, you wouldn't be eating food in the earth. You wouldn't wear clothes of the earth. You'd be in heaven. Why do people try to pretend as if they are spiritual all the time? And these are the most carnal people ever. You still live in the earth. So because politics, the word politics, you let them make every decision for you? Is that it? Why are your children in school? Why do you pay taxes? All this stuff is political, you dummy, ignorant folks. Just flat out idiots. Politics is a part of the kingdom. And when we pray, thy kingdom come, we're praying for the politics of heaven to come into the earth realm. Don't let anybody talk you out of participating in politics. That dude Warnock, or Warlock, whatever his name is, he's a preacher. But they don't say anything to him about that. That dude, Reverend Barber, the big 7 sandwich eating guy. Reverend Barber, this dude is about 480 pounds. And all he does is get involved in politics. That's it. Reverend Al Sharpton. So they let the Democrats, they want the Democrat preachers to be involved in politics, but not the conservative preachers. No politics for you, because you're not supposed to do that. But the Democrats, Reverend Jesse Jackson. I mean, you can go down the line. You can go down the line. The only one that we've had with a reputable name was Martin Luther King, and he was a Republican. But they want to stop us. But don't let them stop us, y'all. We're going to keep raising our voices. And let me tell you something, patriots. Keep going on their pages and disliking. Did y'all see what happened? I think they dismantled all the comments from the government page. They don't want to see. Now, you're telling me that 80 million people voted for Joe Biden and nobody is approving of what he's doing on his social media? 80 million people. So they disabled the comment section. Man, I think I would make a pretty good attorney. I think I would be a good attorney because I mean, I'm on the thinker here. Martin Luther King was a Mason and he was also a womanizer, but he was also a Republican. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to get into all the stuff. That's why I'm not like, y'all don't see Pastor Jerone on here doing big stuff on Martin Luther King and stuff, because first of all, the first thing we want to do before we do all this loving actions for mankind, the first thing we want to do is love God. When the rich young ruler came to Jesus, Jesus said, you know, he said, which is the greatest of the commandments? He said, the first one was to love the Lord your God. And I don't care who you are. If you don't love God first, all of your actions towards man is, if you don't have any morals, well, then I think you're wasting your time. Yeah. That Mason stuff is nothing but worship of Satan. It's secret vows to Satan. And they start this stuff in the colleges when they start doing it for sorority and sorority and all that kind of stuff. And they're making secret pledges. You're making a secret pledge to Zeus and to Satan, because that's who Zeus was, Satan. And then you come out and you swear up and down that you love Jesus, but you made a vow. You have to disavow one of your gods. No man can serve two masters. And I told him, I said, I'm not joining no frat. And if any one of y'all touch me, I'm breaking your neck. And that's what I told my teammates. You know what? Nobody touched me. Right here at Arizona State. Nobody, I think they was afraid of me. And they had good reason to be. He died after the shot. So look, Joe Biden, from the first day in office, he has soldiers over there in Syria right now. Soldiers. U.S. soldiers are in Syria right now. U.S. soldiers are in Syria. Y'all say what's up to my son, Jerone Jr. Jerone Davison Jr. That's my kid. That's my son. That's my only son. I got daughters. I have 4 daughters, but 1 son. Yeah. And you know what this is? When Donald Trump was in office, see, because I want people to appreciate this. When Donald Trump was in office, the bankers, the ones who have the power, and these are the ones who were telling these presidents what to do. Whenever America went to war, it was behind the bankers. That's who was doing it. So now the bankers are telling Joe Biden to put those soldiers back over there in Syria. You know why? Because it's money. It takes money. America borrows money from the bankers to feed our soldiers, to give them weapons of warfare, and to house them over there. And then we borrow money from the bankers to build up structures and cities and stuff over there in Syria, in those foreign countries. We pay them. We borrow money from the bankers to build up and protect foreign countries. And so what President Donald Trump was saying, why are we paying to build up foreign countries when we have infrastructure issues right here in America? You go to Dubai, or just look at Dubai. They have the best technology. They have the best roads. They have the best everything. And yes, they're rich, but they're not America rich. They're not America rich. And so already that's a disaster. That's already happening. So you're taking our soldiers away from their family. You're not paying them anything. Okay? And sending them away from their families for what? What's over in Syria, folks? What's in Syria? Oil. And it's not oil that's coming to us. Did y'all's gas prices go up? Did anybody? Right here in Arizona, our prices shot up over like like 15 cents overnight. Did anybody get higher prices today? Anybody else besides Arizona? Our gas prices shot up overnight last night. And that's just the beginning. Because Joe Biden just ended, it's crazy. He just shut down the production of oil. We were the biggest oil producers in the world. And look, the moment we opened the spigot up, we begin to produce more oil than anybody in the world. Now, when Biden shut that oil down, 70,000 jobs went just like that. 70,000 jobs are gone. Gone. And this is what I was talking about. If you are a preacher or a Christian and you care about human life, you should care about jobs, right? You should care about moderate prices for gas and for heating. Next winter is going to be heck on some old folks that's on a fixed income. Because now they're going to bring in this Green New Deal stuff and start shutting down everything. No, it's not about disturbing Mother Nature and trying to keep the weather better. This is all about weather control. This is all about human control. You shut down our jobs. You send our jobs out. Now we have to go to the government, go crawling to the government for money and for food. Do y'all know what's happening in Canada right now? People are in food lines right now. People are in food lines right now in Canada, right now. They're starving. Because that Godot, that homosexual up there, that whatever his name is, a president, well, I don't know what their title is. I think he's the president. He's a punk and he's a globalist. Him and Obama openly, talked about how much they loved each other. Both of them sitting there with their legs folded, crossed over, like they had no meat on their legs. Like a skeleton. A skeleton can fold their legs over. Both of them were just sitting there, just talking about how much they loved each other in front of the cameras. Two sickos. Prime Minister, that's it. Thank you, Kathleen. Prime Minister. Sick, man. So yeah, so that's gone. The jobs are gone. He's chasing the jobs away as quick as he can. See, that's what the Democrats' problem is. They don't want people to have jobs, folks. How many times Pastor Jerome got to say this? They don't want you to have the jobs. They want you to depend on the government, which keeps them in power. So now what they call flyover country, the middle part of America, the part that they hate because it's mostly Republican, the cornfields and the oil and all that kind of stuff, they're going to shut that down. They call it flyover country. So in other words, that don't matter. That don't mean anything to them. And this is why they situate themselves in big cities, New York, California. They did where there's higher population. That's what they pay attention to. I know he's training the Chinese over there. This is Celeste. I have Matthew. I have plenty of videos where I spread the word, brother. If you want to hear the word, get off of this video and go look in my video archives. No, keep him on there. Go look in my video archives, and there's plenty preaching and teaching on there. All right? There's plenty of preaching and teaching on there. And I want you to comment on every one of them, all right? Thank you. See, this is what they do. Like Matthew right there. Matthew isn't interested in the word. He's not interested in prayer or none of that. They just don't want you commenting against the Democrat Party. Okay? They don't want you commenting against what's going on. But if folks is talking against Trump, it's okay. It's all right. It's okay. I share the word all the time. I share the word, and I got plenty of videos where I share the word. I sing, I preach, I pray, prophesy, encourage, all of that stuff. How come I can't enjoy and talk about the other part of life? How come a pastor cannot talk about other life issues? You're not going to be able to put me in a box. Nobody. I talk about whatever I want to talk about. When people come to me for counseling, marriage, whether it's marriage counseling, family, teenagers, they don't sit down and say, talk to me about the Bible. They want me to talk to them about their marriage. So I have to talk about marriage from a biblical standpoint. And when I'm talking about politics, I'm talking about politics from a biblical standpoint. But I get people come on here and all they want you to do is talk about the word. This is where you go for the typical black church, or you go to Joel Osteen, where you got the Wonderland preaching. You go to Joel Osteen and he'll Wonderland you to sleep. There's no problems in the world. Everything's beautiful. Oh, just life is just, and you got birds flying around you chirping, and life is a paradise. There's no issues. There's nobody being mean. There's nobody ever telling lies. Oh no, there's no lions and tigers and bears. Oh my, no. Life is just sweet. It's just glorious. Life is so sweet and so, don't we just love each other? There's no differences and all this kind of stuff. But do you realize when Jesus preached the gospel, you know how much, so much what y'all call negative stuff he talked about? He said, beware of the leaven, beware of false teachers, beware of wolves. So Jesus's message to you all would be negative. But y'all need to go to Joel Osteen and TV fakes and just get lured to sleep as if life has no snakes in it. There's no vipers. Don't ever say that. Don't, Pastor Jerome, be more positive. Get out of here. I talk about life. I talk about life. You know what God did in the Garden of Eden? He talked about life, a beautiful paradise. Nobody had ever sinned. No one had ever fallen. Nobody had ever died. And God says, beware. You're going to die if you do this. That was negative, but it was a warning. You know why? Because there is evil in the world. And I would say, woe, W-O-E, to any preacher that does not make folks aware of the evils around here. Man, I could get up and grow a church on positive stuff, but that wouldn't be biblical preaching now, would it? If I got up every week and preached positivity, or if you see me only every week preaching positivity all day and all night and everything is positive, I only want to focus on the positive. If we deal with the negative and I make you sharp on the wiles of the devil, well, then now I'm positive that you're going to live a good life. Because you know you're made aware. God, these people. God, these people. All the prophets were killed. You know why they were killed? Because of their message, because they were negative. They were killed because of their negative message. Jesus, the Son of God, Emmanuel in the flesh, was killed. You know why he was killed? Because of his message. Moses, when he comes back into the earth as one of the witnesses, going to be killed because of his message. The world doesn't want to hear this. So now, I was talking about politics, wasn't I? Is that all right? Can I talk about politics just because politics represents dominion? Politics represents dominion, power, the control of the masses of people. And so God wants us to be in those positions. God wants us to be aware of what's going on. Jesus said, watch and pray. If you go into a church and all they're doing is praying and they never watching and making you aware of what's going on in the world, you never know what's happening at your children's school, you never know what's going on in the world, then why are you here? What is your purpose in the earth? If you bury your head in the sand and pretend that nothing around you is happening, what good are you? Talk to me. If you're not out looking around, and making people aware and are aware of what's going on, why are you here? You're not good for nothing. You're not a good watchdog. You're not a good watcher on the wall. I love preaching the word. I do. I love it. I love teaching it, and I love preaching it. I can do it consistently. But the spiritual war is happening in politics, and politics and religion. Because what I'm seeing happening now is the manifestation of the greatest religio-political figure in the Antichrist. It's creeping up right now. It's creeping up right now in the Antichrist. So I will get back to more biblical teaching every day. As a matter of fact, I was going to share something with y'all about John the Baptist, but we'll get to it. So I did a video the other day about Joe Biden destroying women's sports. You know how he's doing that? Transgenders. You put in transgenders in a sport where you're going to get these women killed. A woman has to box a man. He's nothing but a man with a wig on. He still has his strength. I don't care if he's taking those hormones. They're still strong. And these young girls who are trying to get a scholarship, maybe establish a legacy for themselves in high school and in college, that they're breaking records among female rankings and female. And then you got these dudes coming here because they can't compete with other men. They're too punked out to stand against another man and go toe-to-toe or play basketball against a man or run track against a man. They're cheating by putting on a dress and competing against girls. And Joe Biden sent those monsters in there to compete against the girls. Let me tell y'all girls something. Well, since they are destroying it, if I were you, I would walk away. Let one transgender let one of them come into the locker room, and you pack your bags and get out of there. You tell them, and you tell y'all should make a pact right now that if this school allows a transgender to come into women's sports and to compete with us and to be in our locker room, well, then we're shutting it down. We quit. We quit. Forget it. Because really, how many transgender, you know what they act like? They act like the world is just loaded with transgenders. All the world, we're messing, there's so many of them. And we're just all, let's say 1,000 people. You line 1,000 people up, and maybe one person out of 1,000, maybe one person out of 5,000 is a transgender. One person out of 1,000. So then what is that telling us? It's not about the population. It's about using a transgender issue for them to gain access into the bathrooms and policies. This is all about pedophilia. It's all about pedophilia. If you young ladies are in there changing your clothes and a dude walking there and he's got a camera on his shoulder and all this kind of stuff or whatever, he coming there filming you and watching you, pedos, weirdos. They are weirdos. And listen, pedophiles are having a hard time to get access to kids. When President Donald Trump came in, he started shutting this pedophilia stuff down. The stuff that was coming through the border and coming from China, he was shutting it down. And these pedophiles, they have a hard time getting their hands on the kids. So now they're giving them access to go into the bathrooms now. That's what this is all about. And it started under Obama. It started under Obama. So it's all about access to kids. And I say to the kids this: look, pee outside. Pee outside on the ground. Let them arrest you. Because, listen, you should make a statement to say, listen, I'm not going to be in the bathroom I'm not going to be in no bathroom with some adult who don't know who they are. That's scary. That's scary even for a man. And I'm a man. I'm not even worried about nobody touching me. But if a dude come up next to me and I'm in the stall and I'm at the latrine and I'm standing there doing my thing and a man come up to me in a dress and pull his out and start peeing, that'll be like, man, what are you doing? Let them have their own bathrooms. Give them their own. It's only a few of them. Only a few of them. Give them their own bathroom. Listen, we'll pay for it. We'll pay a little extra tax money for them to get their own bathroom. How about that? They don't want to do that. Why don't they want to do that? Why don't they want to do that? Because it's going to kill the whole purpose of why they're doing it. They should pee outside. No, they got all the rights. That's what you forget. They have all the rights. The normal kids and the normal adults, we don't have any rights. Because if you mess with the LGBT PQ, well, then you are being a racist and a homophobic, and you're going to lose your job. So then I'd rather pee outside and pay a peace sign for indecent exposure than to be in one. Y'all have the bathroom. Go, y'all take it up, take it. Have it. Okay? You can have the bathroom. I don't even want to be bothered with it. I'll use my bathroom at home or I'll just pee outside. How about that? You can have it. It's not about them having access to the bathrooms. It's about them having access to what's going in there. You're dealing with some sick people. And look for more of this as the Biden administration goes deeper into this thing. This is just the beginning. And this is his priority. Now, this is your first couple of days in, right? And you're not dealing with the COVID. Not the 400,000 people that's sick with the COVID. They were sick with the COVID. Everybody's worried about COVID. And even Dr. Fauci, talk to the hand. Dr. Fauci is back. Dr. Fauci is back. He was fake from the jump. He never told us anything he was working on. He's never came out and gave us anything, any updates on, hey, we found this, we got this vitamin, we found some positive this with that. He was never any of that. That man is a criminal and he should be in jail. And it hurts me to see my taxpayer dollars go into this man's pocket to make him a millionaire. And oh, by the way, I believe that shot that he got was a placebo. He didn't get the real vaccine. He did not get the real vaccine. The man came out talking about his right arm. He got the shot in the left arm, but he came out saying that his right arm was sore in one of his interviews. And also, Hank Aaron is going on. Hank Aaron is going on because Hank Aaron was being one of those boule. What I tell y'all about the boule black folks, that their job is to keep the plantation nigglywiggs in the plantation. He died doing his job. Great athlete. Great man during his time and all that kind of stuff. But he died being a boule gatekeeper. He did the job of a boule gatekeeper. He died on the sword for the plantation and for the plantation masters. Because his job was to make sure that the nigglywiggs in the plantation get the vaccine. You got to make them comfortable. Hey, Hank, go out there and show them. Show them nigglywiggs what it is. Just take it. You're tough. You're an athlete. Remember all those home runs you hit? Oh man, come on out. Come on, show us. You hit those home runs. You were a champ. You're a strong man. Look at how strong you are. You still got it. They grab his little soggy muscles. You still got it. Oh, you still look at you. Go out there, Hank. Hank, go ahead and show them you can take this vaccine. Yeah, you can take the vaccine. Okay, well, get some caskets ready. Get some caskets ready. I got family members talking about, oh, I think I might need to take it. I said, you know what? Make sure your life insurance policy is paid up and your burial. I'm not gonna have my family out here talking about GoFundMe. I'm serious. I'm serious. My barber told me today, he said, look, I told my dad, if you get that vaccine, they're going to call me in to identify the body. And he said, because I ain't got no money, I'm going to go in there and say, nope, that ain't him. He said, even if it's my dad, he said, I'm going to say it's not him because I ain't going to have the money to bury him. And if you're going to take this vaccine after you seeing people keel over and you take it anyway, look, I think that's suicide. It's suicide. Well, I think I need to take it. COVID is dangerous. It is real dangerous. COVID ain't dangerous. Y'all know the death rates in America. Okay, the average death rate is something like 240,000 a year. 240,000 a year. 2020 was less than that. The media's been lying to y'all. And folk be buying it, they buy it all up. Now they don't want to buy it now because now Trump is out of office. And now not only is DC opening up their restaurants, but now the witch over there in Michigan, Gretchen Whitmer, is now ready to open up the economy in Michigan. They lost over 1 million jobs in Michigan. They killed over, I think it was 1 million businesses or far more than 1 million jobs, but they killed a lot of businesses, all for political gain. Look at the extent that they would go to have political power. They would rather see a great number of the population go through depression and commit suicide, lose jobs, take the pressure of people not liking them, see people in food lines because they wanted Donald Trump to look bad. So you kill people, you let people kill themselves, you kill the economy, starve folks, you get in the media and pretend that it's all about Donald Trump not doing his job when it comes to COVID. It's a shame. It's a shame. And I was hoping that President Donald Trump would have dealt with the media before he left. The man was surrounded. The man was surrounded. And if I was president, even when they came out with that Mueller report, I would have fired Robert Mueller. I don't care. Impeach me then. If you can find something to get me impeached, well, then I don't deserve to be in office. Well, then you come on with the impeachment. But I'm not going to let these people come up here with this fake lies about me doing something with Russia. Well, then, yeah, impeach me. And when I fire Robert Mueller, I want you to prove that I had any ties with Russia. Show that I had any ties. They couldn't do that. I would have fired them a long time ago because they did this stuff to tie his hands up so he couldn't make any power moves. I mean, and he still did great. President Donald Trump did an awesome job, but he couldn't do as much. I think he probably did maybe 30% of what he could do. And what he did was amazing. What he did was amazing. He did that with one hand tied behind his back. The greatest economy, seeing about blacks, HBCUs, the prison reform, best economy ever, breaking records on the stock market. I mean, the dude was doing it. Peace in the Middle East, producing oil in America. I mean, the dude was on it. And watch these warmongers, watch them. They're getting ready to start some more wars, watch. They're going to kick up the peace that you see in the Middle East, they're going to mess that up. Watch. They're going to foil that. They're going to foil the peace that we're seeing between the Abraham Accord. Yeah. It's on God's time. Yeah, it's on God's time. But never, ever. Let me tell you something about this, okay? People say, well, Pastor Jerome, you already know, you proud about the end days and how it's going to be. But let me tell you something. We are co-laborers with God. We are co-laborers with God. And this is why Jesus said, pray to the Lord of the harvest that he would send in laborers, workers, people that do. And for too long, the church has been taught to sit back and just let God do it. That's wrong. Because the people of the children of Israel would have never came out of Pharaoh's torture and enslavement had not God raised up a man who was willing to do the work in Moses. And God forbid, time would fail me to talk about all of the judges in the book of Judges who fought to free the people, and all the prophets who did what God wanted them to do. So it's in God's timing. But until God brings the time and raise up the person and the strategy to do it, you and I should be busy doing something to team up with God. And one of the big things that I did to team up with God was work with President Donald Trump, because President Donald Trump's policies and agenda lined up with the Bible. Pro-life, no funding of abortion, no funding of and supporting same-sex unions. You understand? Bible in the school, prayer in the schools, all that stuff. Churches having the freedom of expression, freedom to preach. That's what I teamed up with. I worked with that because it was a kingdom assignment. But to stand back and say, we don't get involved in no politics. You don't get involved in politics. Well, who is creating laws in your cities? All right? Those lights and everything that's in your city and in your town is being ran by politics. See, these churches, they love that same-sex union stuff because many of them are twisted. You read the book of Romans, and in the very first chapter, you'll notice this. I think around the 27th verse, somewhere like that. That when they knew God, they glorified him not as God. Therefore, God has turned them over to their veiled and unnatural affections. That men would burn in their flesh after other men, and women would burn in their flesh after other women, because they glorified not God, not as God. And they, professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. And this is what they say in the church. The church professing themselves to be great in knowledge and wisdom and all this stuff. They are perverted, twisted demons. And their passions is only for twisted sex. And most religions were established for sex. A lot of religions across the world, just about every religion, you name it, was established based on twisted sexual perversions. And that's what the Old Testament was mostly about, when they was destroying those groves and established Ashtaroth and Baal and the worship of Baal and Othniel and all of them different gods. Those gods, they had strange sex going on in those temples. The temple of Diana, all that stuff was a sex cult. It's the truth. And when you go into churches and you see a dude with a bun and braids and all kinds of little colors and stuff, and he's more flimsier than a woman, it's a sex cult. And the pastor's cool with it. And when the LGBT tell y'all to shut up and let transgenders go in the bathroom and pedophiles have your kids, that's exactly what they mean. And the church is going to shut up and do it too. Because they don't want their dirt exposed. Well, people said, I'm going to expose you. I said, you know what? I want you to do it loud and proud. Get on Facebook and do it. Come on to my live and expose everything you got on me. Come on with it. Come on with the exposure. Now, I know I've kept myself out of the scandals. You know why? Because God needs somebody that can preach and be the salt and be the light. Oh yeah, you think it's tough for a man to get involved in some stuff? It's easy. It's easy to do that. But then I'll be like everybody else, and now nobody could speak on anything. Well, he that is without sin cast the first stone. That's the first one. I said, well, you ready for the stones? because I'm going to start throwing them. I'm going to start throwing them because Jesus took my sins away. Matthew 1:21. For this cause, he came and destroyed sin. He was manifested to take away our sins. So why are you talking about you still have sins when Jesus' whole purpose of coming was to take them away from you? Did you go back and get them? If he took them away, what you still doing with them? Well, we all got sins, Pastor. No, I don't have sins. And if I did have them, I'd ask the Lord to take them away. Why are you so proud of having sins? Well, you know, the Bible said that we all have sinned and fallen. I said, read it again. Read it again. We all have sinned and fallen short. Read it again. We all have sinned, past tense. Let me tell you something. No sinner's going to be in heaven. Jesus didn't die to take away sins and you still got them. You still got them. And you still practice them. I'm not saying you're going to live a perfect, like you never ever slip and tell a lie or nothing like that. But you practicing this stuff every day. This is what you do. Huh? First of all, he going to take it away and then give you a new nature to where you don't have the appetite to do that. Too many of y'all trying to live a Christian life just based on what you read. You need a change of heart and spirit. Else you're going to be sneaking and doing stuff as soon as everybody leaves. You know, no. Let Jesus give you a new nature. That's what you need, a nature change. Verily, verily, John 3, I say unto thee, you must be born again, not after the flesh, but after the spirit. Now, see, there I am. I'm preaching. There I am. I'm preaching again. And people are like, you need to preach the word. Well, there you go right there. There you go. So the man is dead. He took the vaccine. He was trying to be a boule champion. And he's going to show everybody because this was supposed to go around the world. Hank Aaron, at 86 years old, took 2 vaccine shots. Y'all know he took 2, right? He took 2. The first one was to weaken the immune system. And the second one was to give the death penalty. It's kind of like a viper. It's like a snake. All right. The 2 fangs. And that's exactly what this vaccine is. It's designed to be 2 shots. You get the first one. It weakens your immune system. It lets the virus in, lowers your immune system. And the second one, that's the death. That's death. And now Larry King. I was in the barbershop and these guys in there arguing. I said, man, hold on. Shut up. Shut up for just a second. You saying that these guys had health issues already, right? They had health issues. That's what your argument is. Your argument isn't against the vaccine. Your argument is that these men had health issues already. Well, then they were thriving with the health issue. They were living with it. And days after they took the vaccine, they are now dead. There's people that live with heart problems. They live with cancer. They live with diabetes. They live with 1 kidney. They live with half a liver. They live 20 more years. And for the most part, they said that Hank Aaron had no health issues. He has some nerve damage or whatever. But how is it that a few days after he takes the vaccine, he's dead? He's died. He's dead. No serious heart issues. And if you Google it or search it on the search engine, it'll say cause of death unknown. We know what happened. The vaccine killed him. Larry King too. It killed Larry King. Larry King took it. I think Larry King was 89. And he's going to go out there and be a leftist champion. And now he's dead. Get the caskets ready. See, Hank Aaron was a true boule. Do you understand me? Hank Aaron was a tool available for the plantation masters to keep the nigglywiggs in line. His job was to keep black folks obedient and carry the line and stay in the plantation line, stay there. And this is what he was doing when he died. Instead of somebody like Pastor Jerone, hey, be very cautious about this. Really consider it. There was a nurse who died right there on TV. She passed out. She got up and said she was cool. But passing out was the sign right there. That's not normal. They try to play it off because you get shot. Oh, so 9 minutes after you get the shot, you start to feel the pain and you pass out. No, she's dead. People's face are getting mangled and disfigured. People's health is collapsing. Kidneys are failing. Why take it? Why not just take your chances with the COVID and get over it? Because COVID is not knocking people dead like that. It's not. The media is making you very afraid about the COVID, and then they take you out the frying pan and make you jump directly into the fire, which is the death from the vaccine. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. And just trust me, this is not the only virus that's coming. It's not the only one. And this is not the only vaccine. People watch the media. Hey, Donna, where you been? I'm meeting with the 300 tomorrow. We'll be talking about spiritual gifts. We'll be talking about the spiritual gifts tomorrow night. The 300 are meeting tomorrow. It's like the flu, yeah. My mother had it. My mom came here for Thanksgiving to spend Thanksgiving with me here in Arizona. And she had COVID. I never got it. And I hit her up with all kinds of vitamin D3, vitamin C, zinc. I loaded her up. As soon as she woke up in the morning, I was hitting her up. And she felt better. And my mom had a bout with cancer. My mom had, she's diabetic. And I told her, you're not going to no hospital on my watch. They put you in a place where I can't speak to you and I don't know what's happening to you. I can't live with myself after that. If I take you to the hospital and they take you out of here and I can't see you and speak to you and all this stuff, no way. I said, you're going to be okay. Prayed over her. I prayed over and anointed her with oil. You know, I strengthened her up real good. Cooked her food and breakfast. Yeah, I sure did. And she was weak too. She had it. She had it. I'm not taking you to no hospital though. But anyway, they tell me these unions are regretting that they supported Joe Biden. You don't say. You don't say. We've been trying to warn y'all. We've been trying to warn you. Go out in the sun. Yeah, it's wintertime, you know, it's wintertime right now. That's what I was telling people coming up on my channel. Coming up, I said, it's, you know, the wintertime is coming. You know, you got to start getting some sun and then start stocking up. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all need to stock up on your vitamins and stuff. Because what I see coming is that they're going to start cutting back on vitamins and they're going to cut back on seeds for gardening. Y'all need to stock up on vitamins and seeds. Because in the next couple of years, I think they're going to take that away. Gretchen Whitmer had already started doing that. They couldn't sell seeds and vitamins or paint in Detroit. Stock up on your vitamins. Stock up on your seeds. All the kind of good stuff. Yeah. Yeah, so they're dying from the stuff. Just tell your folks, hey, I'm not going to fight against anybody that want to take the vaccine. You want to take it? If you want 31 flavors, go get it. Go have it. But I'm warning you, don't do it. Don't do it. You might as well just take your vitamins, exercise, eat right, build up your immune system. Listen, this is what Jesus told his disciples. He said, I'm going to give you power. And he says, I'm going to give you the power of the Holy Ghost. He said, you're going to cast out devils. You're going to perform miracles. And this is what he said right here. If you inhale any deadly thing, it shall not harm you. Listen to that. If you inhale any deadly thing, it shall not harm you. Or he said, drink is an expression, or to inhale. That's one of the promises you and I, as we go into this day, because they're going to roll out more vaccines. This is not it. This is not the end of it. We got to pronounce this word. We got to believe the word, that our bodies are supernaturally sustained by the word of the Lord. But anyway, listen, I'm not going to be on here long. I just wanted to chop it up with y'all on that. So Joe is doing some deadly stuff. He's already messing the economy up. Look for the gas prices to go up. Look for joblessness. And I'm not being one of those people that's just sore. He ain't my president. No, I'm not. Listen, I already know the leftist policies. I already know what they're about. And the ignorant, dumb folks that voted for them don't even know what policies are. You'll never hear them talk about policy. Never. They will never tell you about the Democrat policies. They'll never do it. But what they will do is take a picture from this inauguration of Obama and his wife dressed up in their coats and talking about, now this is class. Not THIS, but this, DIS. Now this is class. These nigglywiggs are into style. That's it. These people can come out dressed up and in their hearts are nothing but sepulchres, dead. They are evil. They are full of murder. But because they know how to dress up on the outside, they class. Oh, that's class. Look at the class. Obama, a homosexual. Michelle, a hate monger, possibly a man. But because these folks are so childish, they're into the style, how you say it. It could be a lie. We just like the way you say it. Oh, if you want to keep your doctor, keep your doctor. Oh, if you want to keep your plan, keep your plan. And he said it with that smoothness, that slick tongue. And it was like, yeah, you see the way he said it? I know it's a lie, but just the way he said it, now I can receive it. But you're not going to hear them argue policies. And what they'll do is talk about how bad Trump was. And Trump wasn't even bad. It's just what the media told him. And that's what made you and I stand up and defend him, man. It's like, that's a lie. These people are lying. You just because it's coming from the media, you think it's true? Yeah. But anyway, man. Yeah, he should have been impeached for that keep your plan lie. That was, y'all know why we're fighting to get rid of that, because it was giving government control. It was giving ultimate control of the government over all health care. People don't realize that. You don't want the government having control over health care. It's a dangerous thing. But we see ultimately that they do have power over the healthcare, because the hospitals were all shut down because of COVID, and people couldn't get a simple operation, a knee operation. They couldn't get, they couldn't be seen for their cancer. They couldn't be seen for their kidney stuff. People were dying because of that. They did that on purpose. And what's the name of that? On the hospital, on the outside of the hospital, those two snakes that's going around the pole, it has a name. On the hospitals and the medical places, it's got these two snakes going around a pole. It really looks like death to me. From being a little boy, I remember looking at that sign. It's like, why would they put that on a hospital or pharmaceutical? That looks scary. Because really, these are the gatekeepers to death and hell at these hospitals. I don't know if it's the Blue Cross Shield, Tanidra. It's the two snakes going around the pole, and you see it on the outside of pharmaceutical places, or most hospitals have it. It's a name for it. It's called Cadius. Caudalius. It's a Masonic sign. It's witchcraft, pharmaceutical witchcraft. It sure does look scary to me. It looks scary to me. It doesn't look like something happy. You know? The ambulances too, yeah. Yeah. You don't want the government over your health care. It's a dangerous thing. When I saw Obama doing that, I was like, man, that's too much control over people. So he punished people for not being on it. If you had your own private health care, they punished me, or if you didn't want it, they punished you. Make you pay high fees and all that kind of stuff. It's got the rod of Ascalus. I can't pronounce it, my bad. I'm gonna look it up when I get home though. It's unconstitutional, yeah. Well, y'all are a blessing. I appreciate all of you. Please subscribe to the channel. Comment on my videos. Share them. We're really going into the battle, y'all. This is it's kind of like the beginning of the real battle. And don't forget that God is looking for co-laborers in the earth. He's not looking for people to just sit back and wait for him to do something. No. Satan don't do that with his children. He inspires them with a spirit and they go out and act it out. And this is why they're creating policies and stuff the way they're doing. These people up on the Capitol Hill are filled with demons. I guarantee you. I go up there and start casting the devil out of them people, they'll be sliding on the ground like serpents like that. Just like that. Until all them demons will come out. I've seen it happen. I was casting the devil out of a woman, and the demon was talking to me and telling me how old it was. And while I'm doing that, I look around, and the lady that was supposed to be assisting me, and my mom cast out a devil, she's on the ground sliding like a snake, wasn't even touching the ground. God's honest truth. I bear my soul before God. She wasn't touching the ground. So people don't believe in this warfare, but yeah, God wants us to be active. He wants us to be involved in it. Put your hands to the gospel plow. This is what Jesus said. But if you're putting your hands on the gospel plow and looking back, you're not fit for the kingdom of heaven. You're not fit. The gospel plow means you putting some work in. When people are always talking about, let's just pray about it, I tell them, you go pray. I got to go do some work. I've already prayed. I got up this morning and prayed, and God energized me with the strength and energy to go do something. If you got the ability and the education to go get a job, why are you sitting at home praying that God will send somebody by with a check or with a bag of groceries? That's pathetic. You street preach in Les? You street preach in London? Why don't you share it? Do you have any videos? You can share a link on here if you want. Share a link to your videos or to your Facebook page. People can check you out and pray for you. I admire street preachers. I love it. I admire street preachers. You got some with them? Put them on there, buddy. Yeah, let me see. My meeting's going to start in a minute. You're right. My meeting starts at 6 o'clock, so I got about 30 minutes. Jerone, tell him, talk to him. That's my son. Nick General. You know what, man? What about all these generals and stuff that was telling us, you know, Trump is about to unleash it. He's about to unleash it. The day of the inauguration is getting ready to. I feel bad for those dudes, man. Because I think many of them really believed what they were talking about. And in so many ways, I hoped that they were right. I know, Taylor, every time, man. I get the chopping up game, man, and I'm telling you, time just gets by. Time goes by. It's been an hour already. It's been an hour already. I'm going to do a video probably tomorrow, and I'm going to share with y'all why John the Baptist ate locusts and wild honey. Is going to be a blessing to you. Why John the Baptist ate locusts and wild honey. It's going to be pretty good to you. You're going to enjoy it. But, so I do share the word. I do share the word. But we're in a spiritual battle, and I'm sharing the word in the midst of the spiritual battle. But you got to be active doing something. An hour in God's timing? An hour in God's timing. That's a good question. I don't want to make a guess at it. So listen, watch as they purposely take the wheels off of what we're doing. They're purposely, Joe Biden and the Democrats, watch them purposely. Every move they make is about purposely dismantling the prosperity of America. Thank you, Les. Thank you, Les. I appreciate that, buddy. I want you to share a link to your stuff too, man, so people can see you. Did y'all see how they treated them soldiers, man? I did a video on how they treated the soldiers, but then I went back and saw more videos. Oh, my goodness. Battle of the Bay, Eddie Taylor. Yeah, Battle of the Bay. We did that. Eddie Taylor. Edward. Watching for Picayune American Freedom. That's my hometown. That's a hometown right there. American Freedom. Y'all say what's up. Yeah. Well, I pray that y'all are well. I pray that things are going good. You just coming in, Sam. Sam, where you been, man? Sam, I'm going to get you, buddy. I haven't seen you in weeks. Hey, y'all tell me something before I get out of here. Did Joe Biden sign a stimulus for executive order for the $2,000 stimulus? Y'all know that was a Trump idea, right? Y'all know that was a Trump idea, and that Mitch McConnell and Nancy Pelosi, they knew that the sneak was on. They knew that they was going to steal this election, and they held the $2,000 off. No? Okay. All right. He didn't do it? Somebody said 14. What did he do an executive order for any amount of money? Somebody said 1,400. Okay. Oh, in February. Why not make it 2,000? You know what President Donald Trump said? Give them the 2,000. Give them the money. I heard it was 14. Okay. So I guess next month, and that's what? A couple of days away? Already out of 6. Okay. CIA took control of the American government. Pastor Biggs, I listen. I saw that young black dude. Did y'all see that video with the young black guy talking about Washington being its own separate nation and that it was controlled by the Vatican? I've talked about that kind of stuff, but he added some more stuff to it. But I do say that America paid taxes to the Vatican. We pay taxes to Vatican. America pays taxes there. That Vatican is and the Pope is one of the most powerful people in the world. But with that being said, everything that they're saying about Trump still being in power, all that stuff, it's not lining up. And, you know, trust me, nobody's a bigger, larger Trump fan than Pastor Jerone. And I do want him to be in power, but they got to stop doing that. And I don't want to get my hopes and stuff worked up, and then it fails. It will fail. So, anyway, I got to get out of here. Love y'all. Blessings.